President Obama's personal opinion on marriage equality recently evolved to the point where he came right out and endorsed equal marriage rights for gays and lesbians. The spillover effect of this presidential endorsement was absolutely massive. Groups like the NAACP, who had never before seriously considered marriage equality for gays and lesbians, came out and endorsed the president's position. 59% of African Americans today endorse marriage equality, 56% of all Americans. And both those numbers have grown substantially in just the past few weeks. And marriage equality, by the way, this rant is not about marriage equality, but just follow along with me in the logic of this. Marriage equality is good for our economy. In those states that have struck down discriminatory laws forbidding gay marriage, revenues from weddings and other social benefits coming from people making long-term commitments have been significant. In Massachusetts, marriage equality added $100 million to the state economy. In Iowa, it was a $13 million stimulus. In Maryland, where marriage equality just recently passed, studies found it would boost the economy at $90 million. And nationally, the CBO estimates that repealing DOMA, the so-called Defense of Marriage Act, and legalizing same-sex marriage nationwide would improve our federal budget by $10 billion over the next 10 years. And there'll be more to come now that the President of the United States has come out in favor of marriage equality. There's also a political dimension to this that has tremendously benefited the president. The big fashion trend in politics right now is for young people to call themselves libertarians, Republicans who want to smoke dope and get laid. And libertarians totally support marriage equality, along with other gay rights like the right to serve in the military. As Barry Goldwater famously said, you don't have to be straight to shoot straight. So by endorsing marriage equality, the president grabbed a lot of new voters who probably otherwise would have been voting for either the Republican or the Libertarian candidate. And politically, that was an absolutely brilliant move. So, Mr. Obama, here's another opportunity. And you know, I know you guys are listening down there at the White House. Here is another opportunity to reach out to Barry Goldwater's new generation of young libertarians, and it will help our economy. It will help. In fact, it'll even save the lives of millions of Americans over the next generation. And it will solidly nail down President Obama's election in 2012 by grabbing virtually all of the young Ron Paul voters. And that's for the president to do what he did with marriage equality with pot, to come out in favor of ending all federal laws that prohibit medical marijuana. Now, I'd like it to be, decriminalize all pot, make it a recreational drug, regulate it like tobacco and alcohol. That's actually what 56% of Americans would like, and that number has been growing exponentially. But, I think we'd all settle to start with medical marijuana. I mean, just like with gay weddings, and see, that wouldn't be so risky for the president. Just like with gay weddings, medical marijuana will stimulate local economies all over the country. It's a new industry, and since pot is a weed, I mean, literally it's a weed, right? It grows pretty much everywhere in the United States. Therefore, it's an industry that Mitt Romney can't outsource to cheap labor countries. If medical marijuana was taxed, it would represent a significant source of federal, state, and local revenues. And there's no shortage of good science showing that it would help millions of Americans with conditions ranging from glaucoma to high blood pressure to cancer. And by ending a good-sized chunk of Nixon's failed war on drugs and moving marijuana from the category of criminal to medical activity, we'd save a fortune on cops, courts, jail cells, and the lost tax revenue that vanishes when an otherwise productive person gets thrown in the slammer because of the pot laws. When the president came out for marriage equality, he was preceded by the vice president who put the administration's toe in the water. Joe Biden came out and said, well, it's fine with me. I don't care if people can get married, if they're gay or not. It's just everything is, remember he said that? I think it was Meet the Press he said that. And everybody was like, could the vice president just said that? What's the president going to do? The response was absolutely overwhelmingly positive nationwide, other than among the usual paranoid suspects. And they would have been paranoid. The people who hate gays, they did their usual predictable thing. But everybody else was like, oh, really? The vice president said that? And then the president stepped into that space, and he started what will be the end of generations of bad laws that forbid same-sex marriages, And he's ushering in an era, and it will happen in this generation, a renaissance of personal rights and freedom here in the United States with regard to marriage. So let's do the same with regard to medical marijuana. Now is the time. Just like Joe Biden opening the possibility of the conversation, another national figure seriously began the conversation yesterday. Newark Mayor Cory Booker, who's always been well known, but was really catapulted to national A-list prominence by his gaffe on last Sunday's right-wing TV show Face the Nation. He has come out in support of Barry Goldwater's position on medical marijuana. Booker tweeted, "I'm with you on medical marijuana, and New Jersey should do more to make it real for those who need it." And interestingly, the same percentage of Americans who favor marriage equality also favor legalizing medical marijuana. So, President Obama, we need your leadership again on an issue that's really hitting millions of Americans really hard. There are literally lives in the balance. And there's a tremendous upside to you as a politician in taking this bold step, because you'll bring millions of young people who think that they're libertarians over to your side. So please, Mr. Obama, use the bully pulpit of the White House to call for an end to Nixon's failed war on drugs and to push for the very real medicine of marijuana to be used as nature intended, as a medicine. Oh, and Vice President Biden, if you happen to be listening, if you want to step into this and blurt out some words in defense of medical marijuana, now would be a great time. This is actually, I am convinced this would be a huge winner for the Obama campaign. What do you think? So, do we carve out an independent... Now, again, you Google medical marijuana a lot, and guess what's going to pop up on the... Well, actually, it won't pop up on the ads because there's no industry yet, is there? We got to fix that. We'll be back.